Hi and welcome. It is Karen here with you today, and today I am going to share with you some brand new products that I have designed with Creative Warriors. So we have some Daydream wallpapers and a Fleur art image pack. So I'm quite proud of it. All the links of where to purchase are down below. So I am starting off in my small Dilutions book, and I have some of my Daydream wallpapers here, just a piece out of the pack. I've printed mine onto tissue paper, and I'm just gluing that in to my journal with a little bit of matte medium. So I'm just continuing on with that. I like this runny Matisse gel medium for when I'm gluing my tissue because it's a bit runnier, so it makes gluing down the tissue a lot easier. So I'm just picking out which images I would like to use today. Excuse me. And the first one is this Tangled Fleur. So she is printed in A5 size. So in the art pack it has multiple sizes. So there's A4, A5, and A6. So you can use them on all sorts of different projects, whatever you want to do. So again, I've just printed mine out onto tissue, and I've also sprayed my image with a matte spray, and that's just to fix my ink because I have an inkjet printer. So I've also got a little bit of the pattern sheet here, which was printed again onto tissue, but it's the A6 size. So I'm just glued a couple of little bits of that in while that's drying or dry, I'm getting out some of my favorite Dr. Phil Martin's Bombay inks, and I'm going to add in a bit of color into the spots where I haven't got any. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing there. So I'm just like using it like a watercolor, adding in another layer when the first layer is dry to intensify the colors. So when it's all dry, I've grabbed out some gesso in here now, and I've watered it down because I wanted to push back some of the edges in my wallpaper, and also to add a little bit of a white layer onto my girl's face. So that's what I'm doing there. And I've also got a baby wipe there just to help me around her eyes, because I didn't want to put gesso over her eyes. But the white on the bits of wallpaper didn't quite work out how I was hoping, so I've grabbed out a stencil so I can add in a little bit of white that way. Now, because it is Monday Mojo, and the theme is foil, I've got out my art and glitter glue, and I'm just putting a few dots onto my girl's hair, and I'm going to wait for that to dry because it has to go clear before I can use it, and it stays tacky until you actually put the foil over the top. So while that's drying, I decided to make a bit of a start on her eyes and see if I can get them to pop out and look really cool and whimsical. So that's what I'm doing there. So I've just gone over her pupils, added in a little bit of black and white. Here you can see me with my foil sheet, just rubbing that in on the glitter. Some of the bits that didn't quite work, or where I wanted some more, I've just added some more glue. Okay, so while that's drying, I'm going to continue on with her face. So I've zoomed in a little bit here so you can see I've got out a pan pastel. I'm not actually going to do too much to her face today. So I'm just putting a little bit of pan pastel, a little bit of pink on her cheeks, and that's pretty much it. Now I'm going to continue on with her eyes. I've got out my intense pencils, and I'm going to use those while foiling at the same time, because I'm trying to draw the eyes and my hand is sticking to the page because the glue was sticky and I needed to put foil over the top. Okay, so I'm just tidying up her eyes where I've done a little bit of colour in her pupils, added in a little bit of more white to tidy it up, and now I'm going around the edges just with a black roller ball pen. And I'm actually going to draw in her eyelashes again as well. Yeah, because they're cool and I like doing eyelashes. They're fun. So I've got one side and now I'm just going to work on the other if I can get my pen to work. My pen doesn't always want to work over the top of the pan pastels, so I just got to clean it off a little bit and then continue on. So you can see I'm doing her lashes there. They look quite faint on the video, but you know, they are actually quite intense and long. Doing in her eyebrows, the side of her face, just to reinforce that line a little bit more, because it did get a little bit lost with the pan pastel. And that's about all that I'm going to do to her face. Oh, I'm going to put some little lines into her eyes just to make them look a little bit prettier. And oh yeah, a little bit of white pen just to add some highlights to her nose, the sides of her cheeks, and a little bit on her lips. So now that I'm happy with that, I've got out my quote sheet, also from the Fleur art image pack, and I've actually printed mine onto craft paper, and the quote says happiness blooms from within. So I'm just going to glue that in, and when that looks fairly right, I'm just going to scribble around it with my black rollerball pen, because I like doing that. I think it looks cool. And the very last thing that I'm going to do is add in some white splats. And that's my page. Oh, a little bit of foil, because I still had some sticky spots there. So that's my page. So I hope I have inspired you. I hope you like my new art image pack called Fleur, and I also have the new Daydream wallpapers. They're both available at Michelle Grant Designs, and all the links and everything are down below, so you can check them out there. So thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and until next time, I will see you later. Bye.